What's cracking, you scumbags? Zap here, and I have just gotten through watching probably the worst Royal Rumble match in the history of the WWE, and I am disgusted and I am appalled as a WWE fan to have sat down and watched this. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about video games. So we're going to talk about some of my most anticipated games, or games that are on my radar, of the year 2015. Now, if they're on my radar, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to buy them. That just means that I'm aware that the game exists, and there's a possibility that I might end up buying it. Now, I'm going to separate this into quarters. And what I mean by that is the first quarter of the year, that being the months of January, February, and March, I'm going to be discussing the games coming out within that time frame. So first, we're going to talk about quarter number 1. And in that quarter, the first game coming out is Dying Light. It's coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and I believe the PC. I think the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of the game got scrapped in favor of focusing on the current gen. So if you have an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3, I regret to inform you that the games have been canceled for that version. I'm sorry. That game is a game that I was initially kind of like excited for. I was like, yeah, man, co-op zombies. It can't get any worse than what Dead Island was, so things are looking up. But as more and more footage has been shown and leaked, the more and more I'm actually starting to get a little bit distant and wary of it. So I'm looking at the game. It's a possibility that I might get it, but I think I'm going to end up waiting until after the games come out, like maybe a week or two, just to see how everybody perceives it, just to see how everything, goes. Like, is the game buggy? Does the multiplayer, the Be the Zombies mode, does it work? How good is the party system? This, that, and the other. So, Dying Light, I'm looking for it, but I'm not necessarily completely sold on it. The next game coming out is going to be Evolve. Now, I did a little bit of discussion with Evolve in regards to the Season Pass model. However, the game does kind of pique my interest a little bit. I'm not completely sold on it because it just looks like there isn't a whole lot of content in the game. You know what I mean? And that kind of sucks because I was a huge fan of Left 4 Dead. Turtle Rock Studios, they did they worked on Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and now they're working on Evolve. So my expectations for it were kind of high going into it, but as, again, more and more footage has been released, more info has been put out there about the game, it's looking like I'm going to be paying $60+ for a game that's not even a complete game. And it's going to be completely dependent on season passes to keep your interest for the long stretch of time. So again, Evolve, another game that I'm looking at, but I'm not 100% sold on. Following 1 week after that, we have Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. This is a game that I absolutely am going to be getting. I love fighting games. I love the Dead or Alive franchise, and I was a big fan of DOA 5 and DOA 5 Ultimate. Now, a lot of you guys watched my old DOA 5 videos. They were actually very successful. The live streams were actually really good, and I just kind of stopped playing it out of the blue. So now I'm actually going to pick up Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, get back into it, upload some more footage again, do my thing on commentary, and put in that work with my Elena, and hopefully possibly do like some open lobbies and stuff with DOA 5 Last Round. So yeah, that one again is coming out February 17th, 1 week after Evolve. So should I spend the money on Evolve or save it for DOA 5? That's the competition right there. Next up, 3 days after the release of DOA 5 Last Round, we have The Order 1886 coming out February 20th. The Order 1886 is Sony's first big exclusive title of the year, and I am getting it. The fact that the game does not have co-op or multiplayer elements to it does kind of suck. It would have been nice to have seen how the game played out, multiplayer-wise. Plus, a more gritty, raw, fast-paced third-person shooter on the PlayStation platform would have been really nice. But I guess we won't really be seeing that until the next Uncharted game comes out, which is fine. As long as The Order does well with storytelling, and the gameplay is relatively, smooth, I have no problem with that. A lot of people are showing concern with the fact that there are a lot of quick time events, and there's not a whole lot of actual gameplay being done. to be perfectly honest with you, me being a huge fan of the Telltale games, more specifically The Walking Dead, I have no problem doing a little bit of, quick time events, a little bit of button mashing to get through a certain part of the game. As long as it doesn't completely consume the overall gameplay, then I guess we'll be fine with it. It's a game that I'm getting, but I do have my concerns with the whole abundance of quick time events. It's not gonna kill the game for me, but I still would like to, play it. Next up is Resident Evil Revelations 2. There's episodes 1, 2, and 3 coming out. Episode 1 is coming out February 24th. Episode 2 is coming out March 3rd. And episode 3 is coming out March 10th. So that's very interesting that they did that. Personally speaking, I have not really thoroughly enjoyed a Resident Evil game from start to finish since Resident Evil 3 Nemesis way back in the day on the PS1. So the last semi-enjoyable Resident Evil that I played, surprisingly, was Operation Raccoon City. I have absolutely no idea why I enjoyed that game so much, but I just did. And it's strange. So that actually piqued my interest and put me back into the mindset of Resident Evil. So I'm actually considering, investing in episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Resident Evil Revelations 2. With these being separated by episodes, I don't see them being full price. I could be wrong. But if they're not all $60 a piece, then I say that it would be well worth it. I'll have to do a little bit more research on that one. And next up after that, we have Battlefield Hardline coming out March 17th. I was a huge fan of Payday the Heist. And the fact that the whole heist gameplay mentality of Payday is being brought into the Battlefield universe is absolutely amazing. Now, because I wasn't too big of a fan of Battlefield 3 or 4, that does not mean that I completely hate the Battlefield franchise. I love Battlefield Bad Company 1, 2, and I'm a huge fan of Battlefield 2 on PC. I have that game on PC. So Battlefield Hardline, with the footage that I have seen of it and what I do know about the storyline, it's actually very intriguing. So that'll be a really good, solid first-person shooter multiplayer game for me. Battlefield Hardline, like I said, comes out March 17th, and it's probably going to be my big my big shooter, my big multiplayer game that I'm actually lacking right now in my PS4 library. Oh shit, I missed this. Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 4, it comes out that same exact day. I should be alright. I should be able to get both of them, so it's cool. Holy crap, there's another game coming out that same day. Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. I loved DMC. It's the remake Devil May Cry. With Dante, younger looking, doesn't have the white hair, blah, blah, blah. A lot of the DMC fanboys were disgusted with it. I actually loved DMC. I thought it was a sleeper hit that people just completely over it just because it wasn't a throwback to the original DMCs, blah, blah, blah. People had the nostalgia goggles on and they couldn't see that DMC was a very fantastic game. I actually want this game. I don't think that it's going to be full price. Not unless they add like some bonuses to it that were not in the PS3 and 360 versions when it first came out. So DMC Definitive Edition comes out March 17th along with along with Resident Evil and Battlefield Hardline. So that's going to be a very eventful ass day, I'll tell you that much. And last but not least, as far as the first quarter games that I personally am looking forward to, we have where is it? Bloodborne. Bloodborne comes out March 24th. Now it's on my radar. I'm not entirely sold on it completely. It comes out March 24th. It has the gameplay style of the Demon/Dark Souls games, which I particularly was not really a big fan of. However, I do love games that take place in Victoria era London. And with this virus going around that turns people into like enemies and monsters and things like that, I think that's a cool dynamic. It has me intrigued, and there's a co-op element behind it as well. So it would be nice to go ahead and do an RPG like this with someone to actually help me out, help me level up, get me trained up in the ways of the Dark Souls games, because maybe I just needed to put a little bit more time into the Dark Souls games to really understand how it was. So, yeah, man, Bloodborne is another one that's on my radar, and that one is a PS4 exclusive. So, a very large handful of games coming out in the first quarter of the year. This video went on longer than I thought. But yeah, man, I'm not all doom and gloom. I'm not Mr. Negativity. I'm not a negative Nancy like a lot of people tend to think I am. I don't hate everything. There are games that I truly enjoy, and the first quarter of the year is definitely looking up. And judging from the list that I have in front of me, the rest of the year is looking up as well. So yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to do my thoughts on the second quarter of the year's games, and let me know what you guys think. What games are you personally looking forward to? Give me a list of all your games that you're looking forward to, and if you would like to do some co-op with me in any of these games, such as Dying Light, Bloodborne, do some multiplayer with Battlefield Hardline, things like that, let me know, and I will gladly get back to you. I'm looking for more friends on PS4. I'm trying to open up to my fan base a little bit more, get with the people. So if I listed any games on there that you personally are going to be getting on PS4, let me know, hit me up, and we can try to work something out and schedule some playdates, guys. Jeez. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw, go ahead and click the subscribe button right here. That way you'll never miss another video of mine. Also, if for whatever reason you just so happen to miss my last video, click on the link right here. That way you can catch up on it. Also, if you want to see more of yours truly, because I do live streams, go ahead and check out the link in the video description below, and you can see me stream live when I go live. You'll also get a nice little email notification letting you know that I'm up and streaming. Thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.